Usually, I'm not the type of person who goes to see the newest and greatest Christmas movies, as usually they tend to be pretty bad. But I decided to check out the movie Violent Night because I love John Wick and Bullet Train, and it was produced by the same guys who made those movies. And, well, I can safely say that I was the opposite of disappointed, and this might be one of my favorite movies of the year. David Harbour of Stranger Things and Marvel Cinematic Universe fame plays an alcoholic version of Santa who I think is best friends with John Wick because he can kick some serious fucking ass. I went into this movie expecting something decent. I also went into Bullet Train expecting not really much, but was left pretty satisfied with Bullet Train, and this movie follows suit as well. I think David Leitch and his entire team, they know what they're doing. They know how to make a good, strong, solid action movie with some decent story behind it. Now, the main story at hand is about a family who's kind of separated, and they don't really want to spend Christmas with each other anymore, but they do it for the sake of their daughter. I'm not really one for super cheesy on-the-nose hammy stories like that, as I've seen them a million different times, but when it's intertwined with Santa kicking the shit out of John Leguizamo, I'm in. Most movies nowadays use CGI as a crutch, and honestly, I'm glad to say this movie does not do that. It has maybe like 1 or 2 CGI scenes throughout the entire 2-hour runtime, and that's honestly a huge plus for me, as most movies nowadays, they heavily rely on CGI to move forward in the story, or just have it be their marketing. Like, hey, look at my movie that has really, really good CGI. Go see it more than 4 times in a theater. I beg of you, please. We spent so much money on this movie. And that's what I like about the David Leitch movies. He doesn't over-rely on CGI. A lot of his stuff is practical, and I'm glad that 87 North Productions is making these movies not only for cheap, but they have a good return on them as well, because these movies fucking deserve it. The cast beside Leguizamo and David Harbour is okay. Nothing really stuck out to me. Everyone was pretty good in the movie, despite just everyone being kind of bland. Like, the story is probably my one big takeaway from this movie. It's just a group of mercenaries breaking into a huge house on Christmas Eve, and Santa's gotta fucking beat the shit out of them. Which I'm like, that's what I went into this movie expecting. Like, I didn't expect fucking Iron Man to come out of nowhere and be like, hey, Santa, want to join the Avengers? No, that's not what I expected. I expected for Santa to use a candy cane and shove it up someone's ass. That doesn't happen in the movie, but that's what I was expecting. The action, the lighting, the cinematography, everything is rather perfect here. I can't really complain about literally any of it. I loved every single action moment that was in this movie. David Harbour really is Santa Claus, and I know it's going to be one of those things where it's like, wow, this really makes you feel like you're Spider-Man, or this really makes you feel like you're Batman. David Harbour embodies the fuck out of Santa Claus so well, and I don't know, it kind of just makes me feel like I'm 10 years old again, fucking watching Santa put presents under the tree or whatever the fuck. It was cool to see. I don't know. Recently, I lost someone in my family, so it's been kind of hard adjusting to the holidays, realizing they're not there anymore. So this movie kind of did put me back in the Christmas spirit a lot, so I'm a little more biased, I guess, a little more naturally inclined to like this movie, as it really brought my heart back for the holidays. All I can really say about this movie, other than what I have, is just go see it. We need to start appreciating lower budget action movies like this, movies that don't overly rely on CGI. Like, I love Marvel, I love DC, I love Star Wars, I love any good action movie that uses CGI. But when that is what is on screen practically the entire time, it kind of flushes out most of the fun. Like, as of recently, I've kind of been trying to lean back on not watching everything that has to be fucking Marvel or Star Wars or DC. Like, I haven't watched Andor. I plan on watching it at some point, but I just know that it's mostly CGI on a fucking big screen, and it takes away all the fun. It doesn't feel real. I do appreciate the work that is on display there for the most part, but it does kind of lose me a bit. I think it's because I'm getting older, and I'm just like, I get it, that's what I've grown up with, but at the same time, it really, really does start to grow old on you. And then fucking Avatar Way of the Water comes out in like a week and a half, and I'm not looking forward to seeing that movie, like, at all. By the way, I'm just gonna point that out. If I hadn't made myself clear earlier in the video, I'm really, really not looking forward to that movie at all. But it is technically a marvel to look at, so I feel like I have to go see it, kind of thing. I don't know. I'm sure the movie will be fine or whatever. I'm kind of hoping it's bad so I can be like, yes, fuck you, James Cameron, you old piece of shit. If I have to rate this movie on a scale of 1 out of 10, which as of recent I really haven't liked doing. I really haven't, because I've been known to be rather nice about reviewing things. Like, I gave Scarlet and Violet an 8.5 out of 10, which is a little too generous, I think. And then I gave Thor Love and Thunder like an 8 out of 10, which that movie fucking blows, by the way. And I gave Doctor Strange 2 like a 9 out of 10. That movie also isn't very good. This movie, however, I actually sat down and enjoyed it from the minute the movie started to the minute I left my theater with my bag of popcorn. I'm gonna give this movie a solid 9 out of 10. I get it, it's a movie about Santa beating the shit out of people. How good could that be? But when you think about it, that makes you like it even more. It's Santa beating the shit out of people. Like, that's so cool. It really did put me back in the Christmas spirit. It did give me a will to work on Christmas Year 2 this year, as I really didn't want to do it, but then at the same time, it really gave me the fucking work ethic and the grit that I needed to put forth all this effort on this Christmas Year 2. So yeah, I know this video is a little bit shorter, and I apologize by that, but it's a movie review. How long do you want me to fucking make it? Needless to say, I got some pretty good videos coming out for you over the next couple of weeks, and Christmas is in only fucking 2.5 weeks, bro. That's fucking insane. So yeah, without further ado, I'll end the video right here, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Peace.